Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for tuning into Captain Hook Outdoors. I'm Captain Mike. Today I'm gonna do a DIY how to do a climbing rig, AKA the raccoon rig. I don't know what's going on with that company right now. Maybe they went out of business. I don't really know. Maybe I'll reach out to them, see what's going on, because I know y'all want these rigs and you're contacting me for them. So that's why I'm making this video, is so that way y'all can get them and get out in the woods this season before the season's over and get what you want to do. So we'll just go ahead and dive right into it real quick. All right, guys, please excuse the mess in the back of my truck. We just got back from Georgia here. I made a promise to a couple of y'all to do this video, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it. What this is right here, the trolling motor shaft. Old trolling motor broke down. So I'm gonna use this trolling motor shaft, because it is composite, hollow. I'm gonna use this shaft as my rig. So these rigs here, they're made from a thinner walled composite tubing, and all I did is I went ahead and I put a piece of PVC in there. I think it's a 1/2 inch PVC or 3/4 inch, something like that. And all that's supposed to do is help distribute the weight on the inside of this composite tube, because this composite tube isn't very thick. It won't break, just an added strength is why I put that PVC in there. So just go ahead and real quick show you guys what this is. All right, guys, as you can see, it's a lot of ropes and not a lot of much else going on, except for the bar right there. So on the bar itself, I've got 3M grip tape right here. In the middle, it's not needed at all. So these two pieces here, they're actually getting rubbed off by the tree, because the tree goes right in this section right here. And there's a lot of pressure and a lot of friction right there. So I don't really care what you put on there. You could do epoxy coating, like for marine stuff, non-skid, still come off. So you really only need your grip tape on the sides, not in the middle. And then going down this way, what I put in here is an aider. I know raccoon rigs didn't do that. This is my own little thing. And all this red piece here is just a piece of air hose from my air compressor that had some leaks in it. It was an old air hose, cut it just to help spread this out and give me a place to put my foot. So what this is right here, this is Amsteel, also known as Winch cable, synthetic Winch cable. So I use the synthetic Winch cable, obviously for the aider, and then for the rig itself. So, and for around the tree here, I used, I believe that's 10mm static. In my opinion, you want to use the static line for your tree line over the Amsteel or synthetic Winch cable, because of the abrasion properties it has, versus the Amsteel, aka the synthetic Winch cable. It tends to fray up, I've noticed, a little bit, but it doesn't matter what brand you get. And here's grip tape I'm using, 3M safety walk. I believe that's 4 inch. A couple tools you'll need to do this project. So right here, I've got some 130-pound Dyneema. Got that at Bass Pro Shops 10 years ago for tying spear gun bands. The 3M grip tape, ordered on Amazon, 4 inch. Angle grinder with a cutoff wheel, or some way to cut this. You can also use a hacksaw. It'll cut through this fiberglass composite, no problem. Again, this is a trolling motor shaft off an old trolling motor. I'll go ahead and I'll put a link to this composite shaft in the description down below. You need your Amsteel. I don't have enough to go ahead and do as much as it is with this one, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do this so y'all can see it and get the idea of how it goes. And then we got some 8mm static climbing rope here. So we got our Amsteel, our 8mm static climbing rope, we've got our Dyneema, we've got our grip tape, and we've got our composite shaft and our angle grinder. To do the aider, you'll need a drill and a bit. All right, guys, so how wide you make it is gonna be based off your stance. If you don't need something that's really big and wide, then don't make it that big. That's just extra weight you can shave off. So what I like to do is I like to just stand there comfortably in my stance, as I would, and then look down. See where my feet are at, and then go about an inch outside my feet, about right there where my thumb is. And that's all there is to it. Now I've got my bar ready to go. So what I'm gonna do from here is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pre-drill my holes for my aider. You don't wanna put your static main line through there without drilling your holes, because then you could damage that main line. All right guys, so with your aider holes, you wanna put them out here on the outside edge. That way down here where your foot goes, it's a little bit wider, so that way it's easier to get your foot into. When you're drilling these holes, guys, in this fiberglass, go ahead and set your drill to high speed. By doing that and go slow, you want to do that because if you're going too fast, too slow, and you're just pushing through it, you're just going to rip up the fibers inside that shaft and compromise the integrity. So just take your time and let that drill bit go fast and do what it's supposed to do. And you see all that fiberglass on your working area? Go get rid of that. This Dyneema is going to serve a couple different purposes. So I'm going to use my Dyneema here. I'm going to put it inside the composite tubing before I put my aider knots in there. That way I can pull my 8mm static rope through the composite tube itself. All right, as you guys can see here, I've got my holes for my aiders. And we are going to go in and do some aiders. So I'm going to go ahead and insert my Amsteel in and try and get it to come up. What I'm going to do to help punch it through is drop my drill bit through like that. So now that I got my aider rope, my Amsteel rope through the side, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tie a figure 8 stopper knot. So all that is, make a loop, twist it around again. See that twist like that, and put your tag end up through there, just like so. And then I'll do another loop around real quick just to give it a little bit extra mass, because once you step on it, it will cinch down and shrink up, and we don't want it coming through that hole down there. All right, so I got my aider through there, my little Amsteel, with the figure 8 stopper knot and a half hitch, a little extra buildup on the knot through there. I'm not gonna pull it tight yet. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna feed the other end through. All right guys, now that we got the Amsteel through one side, we're gonna go ahead and take our air hose, just a section of your air hose. Doesn't have to be any specific length, just big enough to be bigger than your foot, really. What we're gonna do, send some Dyneema down there first, just like so. And then just do clove hitch onto your rope. Clove hitch, cinch, clinch knot, doesn't matter. So, just gonna go ahead and pull it through. Just like that. then feed the rest of it up through here. So, and then you're gonna go ahead and do another figure 8 with a 1/2 hitch. So the figure 8, again, just have your rope, cross it, twist. There's your figure 8 right there. Tie it off. And then just do a 1/2 hitch with a couple turns in there. All that those 1/2 hitches are doing is help to build up the bulkiness of that knot so it doesn't pass through that bottom hole. All right guys, so we got our aider in our composite tube. Now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna chase through with the Dyneema, our 8mm static rope. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna go ahead and make a clinch knot, an improved clinch knot. So kind of like figure 8, start out like figure 8. You cross it over there. I don't know if you guys can see that. You cross it over, then I twist my fingers like this, and then I twist this loop, push down. I go up underneath. I know y'all aren't gonna really get that, but it's an improved clinch knot, quick way to do it. A clove hitch will also work. And then I'll just go ahead and run that. We'll run that static line through our tube, like so. Now that our static line is through the tube, we can... All right, so now that our static line is through the tube, guys, we can go ahead and pull our aider tight. If it doesn't go down in there, it's okay. What I mean by if this knot doesn't go down into the tube, that's okay. So here's your aider. We've got our static line going through it. Now we're gonna go ahead and make our triangle. So your static line and your triangle, you don't want your triangle very big. You want your triangle only about a foot, about 12 inches from the bar to the peak here. So. All you do is you tie an overhand knot around your tag end. You got another tag end here. These tag ends are gonna come back together and make a loop. This loop is gonna be for a Prusik knot for our main line that goes around the tree. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the 130-pound Dyneema to go ahead and lash this together. All right guys, with this loop, you don't wanna be too liberal with it or too conservative. Give yourself plenty of room for to make your loops in your Prusik knot. But also you don't need to be too excessive. That right there for our loop size should be plenty, this right here. First things first, we're gonna do a clove hitch. You want to pull this tight when you're doing this. Hold it tight, make sure it's nice and tight, nice and tight, nice and tight. So from here, I'm gonna go around. See that little loop? I'll put my tag in through that loop. No, I'm not finished. But what I am going to do is I'm going to go around here, see that? And then I'm going to split the rope, come up through there, do it again, go down and around and up. And then finish it off with a surgeon's knot. And on these, right where you finished it, where your knots are, ahead and hit it with a torch. Let it fray up. And there you go, you have your loop for your Prusik knot. Hope y'all are following along so far. All right, guys, I hope I'm making sense so far. Let me know if I am in the comments down below. If you guys haven't done so already, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, like the video, share with your buddies. And now we're gonna go ahead and take our tree tether line for our rig, and we're gonna go ahead and attach it with the Prusik knot to our rig. All I did here is a simple overhand knot, and for my loop, there's a figure 8 stopper knot down there. When you have the Prusik on there, it won't ever slide out. Go ahead and do our Prusik knot now. So I'm just gonna condense this rope up so that way it's a little bit easier and not as sloppy when I'm passing it through. All right, guys, so here's my main tether. I'm gonna lay that over top of my loop. And I'm gonna take this guy, like so, and go through that loop. And then I'm gonna go under the tether line and then through the loop again, like that, okay? Like so. I'm gonna do it one more time. So it's gonna be a total of 3 times. We're gonna go under and then pass it through that loop again. And then just work it in. All right, so y'all can see what it's looking like right now. It's starting to look like a Prusik knot a little bit. So all you're gonna do is just gonna work your ropes and tighten it up. Work your Prusik. So what I'm gonna do is just put the other end of my tether line on the ground, put my foot on it. And I'm gonna go ahead and work that Prusik knot nice and tight to where it should be. All it is just working it smooth. You can't just tighten it down real quick and easy because of all the loops that you get in a Prusik knot. That's okay. And there you have it, guys. There is your raccoon rig. Hey guys, so I hope y'all liked that video on the DIY, how to do the raccoon rig, climbing rig. I think I might do some more DIY stuff like that. So if y'all like that stuff, let me know in the comments, hit that subscribe button and notification button. That way you know when I'm posting up some more stuff. But yeah, thank y'all for watching to the end. I greatly appreciate y'all, and y'all have a blessed day and Merry Christmas.